Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday, 10:30. That means it is story time at Bartlesville Public Library. I am Miss Laura, your youth services librarian. I've got three really good books for you today. Let's go ahead and sing our hello song first. Here we go. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? Beautiful job. So, tomorrow, in case you didn't hear, is National Cat Day. Now, this is a day where we celebrate cats. Those who have cats, we really, it makes us aware of all the cats out there that need homes in the animal shelters. So we have, I'm sorry, we have a Facebook post, a brand new Facebook post on BPL's Facebook page, where we want to hear who your favorite cat is from books. Do you have a favorite cat character from a story or a book? We have posted 10 choices for you to choose from. And you can like or love your favorite or comment what your favorite is. If you have a cat that's your favorite that's not in the 10 that we posted, then let us know who that is. Okay, we're going to celebrate our favorite literary cats. That post is now on our BPL Facebook page. I was going to show you a picture of my cat. This is the latest picture I could find. That's Mister. He's on the kitchen counter where he's not supposed to be. So, send us a picture of your cat too, besides your favorite literary cat. I'm going to start with a Halloween story about one of our favorite cats, Splat Cat. We have a lot of books by Rob Scotton about good old Splat Cat. And this one's called Scaredy Cat, Splat. Splat wants to be the scariest the scariest. He wants to have the scariest costume at the Halloween party. So let's see what happens. Scaredy Cat, Splat by Rob Scotton. Mom, cried Splat. Mom, there's a scary spider on my jack-o'-lantern. He's small and hairy with really funny eyes. Splat's voice wobbled with worry. But you're small and hairy with really funny eyes, said his mom. Splat thought for a moment. But I haven't got 8 legs, he replied. If you had, maybe you'd be a scary spider too, teased his mom. Splat made a scary spider face. Show me your scary spider face. Ooh. Splat's mom caught the spider under a glass jar. Splat looked closely at the spider. It didn't look so scary now that it was trapped. Can I take the spider to school for Halloween? Asked Splat. We've all made jack-o'-lanterns, and everyone is dressing up in costumes, and Mrs. Wimpy Dimple is going to tell a ghost story, and there's a prize for the scariest cat, and I want to be the scariest cat. So please, can I take the spider to school? Please, he added without taking a breath. Okay, said his mom. Where's your Halloween costume? Asked his mom. Splat pulled a broom from the closet and sat astride it. Aha, look at me. I'm a scary witch's cat, cried Splat, racing around the kitchen. You certainly are scary, said his mom. Then disaster struck. Splat tripped over his tail, and with a crack, the broom handle snapped in two. His scary witch's cat costume was ruined. Now I've got nothing to wear, Splat groaned. Even Seymour couldn't console him. Splat's mom had an idea. She stuffed some old socks with scrunched up newspaper and tied them to Splat with string. There, she said. Splat looked in the mirror and jumped back with a squeal. "Oh, I scared myself," he said. He looked again, and this time he smiled. "Look at me," he cried, waving his sock legs. "I'm a big, scary sock spider." Splat placed his jack-o'-lantern and spider on his wagon and set off to school. On the way, he met Spike, dressed as a mummy, and Plank, dressed as a skeleton. "They're pretty scary," said Splat. Seymour nodded and trembled a bit. "But I'm scarier," said Splat. Splat made the scariest spider face and growled, "Grrr!" Spike and Plank didn't even blink. Instead, "Boo!" cried Spike. "Boo!" cried Plank. Splat yelped and jumped high in the air and landed in a heap. "Aw," Splat sighed. "Spike and Plank are both scarier than me." Seymour nodded and trembled a little bit more. "I'll never win the prize for scariest cat," said Splat. The sock spider, the skeleton, and the mummy continued on their way to school. In class, everyone showed their jack-o'-lanterns. Splat's jack-o'-lantern made everyone laugh. "Ah," Splat sighed. "I'll never win the prize for scariest cat." Seymour shook his head. Everyone placed flashlights in their jack-o'-lanterns, and Mrs. Wimpy Dimple turned down the lights and whispered in her best ghost story voice, "In the dark, dark wood, there's a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark room. In the dark, dark room, there's a dark, dark box. And in the dark, dark box, there's a ghost!" Mrs. Wimpy Dimple cried. The class jumped with fright. Splat was so startled, his tail whipped around and sent his jack-o'-lantern spinning through the air, and what goes up must come down. Where did Splat's jack-o'-lantern land? Right on his head. Unable to see anything, Splat stumbled around the classroom. "Woo! Woo!" Everyone shrieked as the pumpkin head glared at them and made strange woo-woo-wooing noises. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple turned on the lights and lifted up the wayward jack-o'-lantern. "Whew! Calm down, hushed Mrs. Wimpy Dimple. "Now, class, who should win the prize for being the scariest cat?" "Splat!" they all cheered. He scared them all so much. When his jack-o'-lantern fell on his head, he won scariest cat. That's so funny. Well, I got another book. It's not about a cat, but it's by Dr. Seuss, who is responsible for a very famous cat, The Cat in the Hat. But this book is called The Shape of Me and Other Stuff. So you can see the shape of those characters, but you can't see the details. It just looks like a dark shadow. That's called a silhouette. Silhouette. The shape of me and other things. What sorts of shapes do you see here? This is one of those older books that we got a brand new copy of. You know, it makes a fellow think. The shape of you me the shape of everything I see. A bug, a balloon, a bed, a bike. No shapes are ever quite alike. Just think about the shape of beans and flowers and mice and big machines. Just think about the shape of strings and elephants and other things. The shape of lips, the shape of ships, the shape of water when it drips. Peanuts. Do you see those? Noses and grapes. Everything comes in different shapes. Why, George, you're right. And think about the shape of gum, the many shapes of chewing gum. And the shape of smoke and marshmallows and fires. Those change too. And mountains and roosters, horses and tires. And the shape of camels, the shape of bees, and the wonderful shapes of backdoor keys. And the shapes of spider webs and clothes. And speaking of shapes, now just suppose you were shaped like, or those, or shaped like a blog, or a garden hose. Of all the shapes we might have been, what do you see here? Of all the shapes we might have been, I say hooray for the shapes we're in. The end. Now, my last book for the day, we got a brand new How Do Dinosaurs book. These are by Jane Yolen and Mark Teague. We have lots of these. There's How Do Dinosaurs Stay Safe? How do dinosaurs say I'm mad? How do dinosaurs eat their food? They're all really good. Here's a picture of all the other ones, and I'm pretty sure we have most of those here at the library. Brand new, How Do Dinosaurs Show Good Manners? This guy doesn't look like he's showing very good manners. You know what it means to show good manners is to be polite and nice and respectful. And how do we do that? What if a dinosaur won't be polite? Maybe burps at the table and starts a food fight. Does she spit out broccoli onto the floor? Does he shout, "I hate meatloaf," while slamming the door? Does a dinosaur know what the word please is for? Does she yell and toss books off the library shelf, then grab all the dinosaur books for herself? Does he bully his friends, push them off the big slide? Does he tell baby brother, "No piggyback ride"? Does she dump pails of dirt in the tub? Make a flood? Does she sassily say, I'm inventing new mud? Who has to clean up that mess? No, dinosaurs don't. They're never that crude. They're always polite and try not to be rude. They say please and thank you. I'll clean up that dirt. Excuse me for burping. I'll help when you're hurt. They wipe up the tables and vacuum the floors. They share all the books and they never slam doors. He and his friends all take turns down the slide, and he gives baby brother a big piggyback ride. And after each gift or favor's been done, each one says politely, thanks, thanks everyone. Good manners galore, my polite dinosaur. And that's the end. So again, we have more of these How Do Dinosaurs books here at the library. We have more Dr. Seuss books at the library, of course. And we have more Splat the Cat books at the library. Now, a reminder, in case you didn't get on here in the very beginning, we're celebrating National Cat Day, which is tomorrow. We have a brand new post on our Facebook page in which we'd like you to tell us who your favorite literary cat is, your favorite cat that's a character in a story or a book. We've given you 10 to choose from that you can post your favorite, or you can post a different one if you have a different favorite that we didn't mention. Sound good? Happy National Cat Day, and you all have a fun Halloween, whatever that's going to look like this year. I hope you have fun and stay safe. Bye.